Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hong Kong and China Compliance Essentials. I'm Kristina, and today we're diving into a hot topic, which is the recent 90-day US-China tariff truce. But beyond the headlines, what does this actually mean for your business operations in China? Should you still be transacting there? And is now the right time to consider establishing a subsidiary? These are all critical questions, and I'll guide you through them today. So let's first set the scene between the US-China tensions and China's current environment. So despite the escalation of tariffs and trade tensions over the past few years, China's economic environment has remained resilient. The country continues to be a major manufacturing hub, vital trading partner, and a significant market for foreign companies. The recent 90-day tariff truce, while promising a temporary easing, doesn't mean that the underlying tensions are fully resolved. But it does create a window of opportunity to reassess strategies. So while the tariffs might be paused temporarily, the geopolitical environment remains complex. Policies around technology transfer, foreign investment controls, and security concerns continue to evolve. So, should companies continue transacting in China during this period? This is the million-dollar question. The short answer, yes, many companies are continuing or even increasing their activities in China, but with caution and with strategic planning. Why? Well, because China remains a key part of global supply chains, and many industries like tech, automotive, agriculture are still heavily dependent on China's manufacturing capabilities and market potential. However, companies should be mindful of the potential for policy shifts after the 90 days, the risk of rising regulatory scrutiny, especially around technology exports and data security, any existing or emerging sanctions that might impact specific industries or companies. So as a tip, we do recommend conducting thorough risk assessments and staying close to the legal and compliance advisors, both abroad in the US as well as in China, and keep a vigilant watch on any policy changes at both the national and the local levels. So then the other million-dollar question is, should you set up a subsidiary in China now? Many companies consider whether establishing an entity in China is a good idea, a good move, especially during this period of geopolitical flux. Well, for me, there are three advantages. One is greater control over your operations. So if you already had the idea of setting up an entity, your strategic move is still that you want to maintain control over your operations. You probably still want to improve supply chain resilience by having something on the ground. And naturally, it offers you the ability to participate more fully in the local market. But with any advantages, there are always risks and considerations that have to be made. One, it's an unpredictable regulatory environment right now. Political risks and compliance obligations are increasing from both sides, from both jurisdictions, and there are potential for changing policies that could impact foreign invested entities. And then it's obviously a concern, what policies might these actually be? So strategically, if your long-term China strategy is solid, the market aligns with your growth goals, setting up a subsidiary could be beneficial. It might even position you more advantageously when trade tensions ease or if policies shift in your favor. A tip I'd like to offer here is engage with local legal and compliance experts to ensure that the structures you're creating are flexible, are compliant, and they give you the ability to be able to adapt swiftly if and when needed. Now let's look at the issue of navigating the uncertainty post 90-day truce. Now, while the truce offers a brief respite, it's not a guarantee of lasting peace. After 90 days, tariffs could return or new barriers could appear. So whether you're transacting now or considering expansion, resilience and agility are key. So here are a couple strategies to consider. One is diversify your supply chains to reduce dependency on any one country. Invest in scenario planning tools to prepare for different policy outcomes. And then develop local partnerships, joint ventures or subsidiaries to increase your foothold and stability. Now, how can companies make also the most of this period, right? We want you all to use this window wisely. So the first I would say is strengthen your relationships with your Chinese partners, suppliers, and authorities. Review and optimize your supply chain for resilience. Monitor the policy updates closely, stay informed through reliable sources. Consider if a local subsidiary aligns with your long-term strategy plan. Invest in compliance infrastructure, including local legal guidance. And remember, China does remain a vital market and manufacturing hub. Hesitating due to uncertainty could mean missing on growth opportunities. But your approach must be cautious and obviously well-informed. So as a final takeaway to today's video, in summary, the 90-day tariff truce doesn't erase long-term risks, but it does offer you a chance to act. Companies should continue transacting carefully, leveraging this period to reevaluate and consider local expansion where it is strategic. And obviously, consulting with local experts and maintaining that agility are your best tools. So, should you set up a subsidiary now? If your strategy is aligned with the long-term China market and you've assessed risks thoroughly, it can be a really smart move. Just ensure your entry is flexible and compliant. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Again, feel free to reach out should you wish to have a call. Look forward to seeing you on our next episode. Take care and goodbye.